it's one of the most historic and memorable moments in U.S. Winter Olympic history.
It is dubbed the Miracle on Ice. The 1980 U.S. hockey team defeated the Soviet Union in an upset no one, not even team members, saw coming in the midst of international turmoil.
I remember that night well.
Wow.
It was a get-together.
Special one.
As we're only weeks away from the Winter Olympics, our Megan McRoberts found one of those legendary players who now calls South Florida home.
Absolutely, and she sat down tonight with number 15, Mark Wells.
Inside his brand new Stuart apartment.
This is interesting.
Olympian Mark Wells still unpacking boxes filled with items many dreamed to own.
This is the Team USA official jacket.
And in the same box,
This pair has been on the ice maybe one time in 20 years.
a humorous reminder
I had to hold on to the board. I was embarrassed.
of how much has changed since Wells first picked up a hockey stick.
I was 4 years old.
His Olympic dream started like many do as a child.
I don't know what sport, Mom. But I'm going to get there.
By the time he went to college, Wells' Olympic dream seemed within reach. He got an invitation to the Olympic trials in Colorado Springs.
10,000 players throughout the country. I'm thinking, what are my odds?
Wells made it to the final selection, and then the final name was read.
Oh, he called my name.
This is my dream.
This is my dream that's really beginning.
But like any good story, there was a big plot twist. As Mark trained in Europe,
I break my ankle training with the assistant coach.
the injury put Mark on the reserve list.
And I'm thinking to myself, how in the heck am I going to get back to this Olympic team?
2 weeks before the 1980 Winter Olympics began, Olympic team hockey coach Herb Brooks called Mark.
He called me back at the last minute
Just when the United States needed a win,
because it was a miracle.
Wells among the young hockey players who delivered that victory, beating the dominant Soviet Union team to go on and beat Finland for the gold.
I guess years later, I learned the importance and the magnitude because of the politics involved.
Now, hoping another U.S. hockey team will also soon know the feeling of winning the gold for this country.
Knowing I represented this flag and this powerful country, it's the honor of all honors.
Now, that gold medal, of course, as you can imagine, came with many sacrifices. Wells had to leave and break up with his fiancée at the time to pursue the Olympics, and he never did marry. In his late 20s, he also discovered he had a degenerative bone disease, so on top of all of his hockey-related injuries, he sold his gold medal to pay for those medical bills. But we talked to him about, does he think about, well, what if I had just stayed with my fiancée and didn't pursue this dream? But he says he still lives with no regrets.
We remember him in that snapshot of glory, and sometimes we forget they go through life and the ups and downs like the rest. But
Just like we do.
Still is an Olympian forever. And I must say, I was just coming out of college that year, and it's hard to describe if you lived in that time. We were in the middle of the Cold War, and to beat that then Soviet team, it was indescribable at the time. It really was.
What a memory and what a legacy to leave behind,
Yeah,
too.
he talks about how tough those Soviets were,
Great job of finding him and him telling that wonderful
Megan.
story.
Yeah,
Thanks so
thank
much.
you. Thank you very much.